Well, today I want to practice taking a text and saying it out loud in a way that is trying to actually sound like people in human conversation. So even if you are, say, I don't know, like a native speaker who happens to be here, I think there's still things that you may be able to take away, potentially. We're going to be playing around a lot with elements of contrast, so pitch changes, speed changes, breath. We're also going to be really trying to focus on think about what are we actually trying to convey? You know, well, what's the goal? And I think a lot of that comes down to, you know, what's the emotion that we want our listener to feel? Because with communication, we talked about before, right? That when we communicate, like 20% of it is the actual words. Mm-hmm. No one's going to remember that. But they are going to remember what you made them feel during your interaction with them. So what can we do to make sure everything we say is in service to that aim? Not just in today's class, obviously, but I don't know, like every single time you talk to someone, kind of? A little bit? Is that cool?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great.
All right, so I don't
Shouting
have...
into the mic.
Thank you, Tina. I appreciate that. So we're going to try to talk loud in case anyone pops in. I know it's late. I'm still on East Coast time. So it's 3:18. If you guys can kind of give me a time check, I'm going to try to stop. It's like 4:30-ish.
All right.
Okay. I don't have a set agenda. I don't have a set plan. I'm a horrible instructor, so we're kind of going organic. But I want to also try and make this meaningful for you. So we've identified a poem for our people. I don't know if you can see this. You can screenshot that, maybe. And kind of follow along with us. We're taking a look at a poem. This is the poem My Mother from Ellen Bryant Voigt, a poet that we've looked at before, for those of you who attended our Text to Life workshop, whenever that was, because I have no concept of time. What I'd like you to do, let's start off with just the very first stanza, or the first paragraph. I want you to just take a look through that and identify what's like a 2 or 3 section of thought groups that you would like to target. Okay. So again, a thought group is a group of words that goes together before the next thought group. What's a little section here that you would like to take a look at?
I have one.
Rod.
The sacred of life was spreading your gifts. Why hide your lights?
Okay.
Why hide your light under a bushel?
Under bushel. Yeah, we were talking about that
Bushel.
word. I usually we just read it and
Got you.
got
Okay.
myself prepared.
So I mean, you could, in theory, you could stop the thought group at light. Like I think one of the things is, you know, I think communication, a large part of communication, is actually applying a bit of tension. I think when people are in too much agreement or things become too predictable, the communication actually becomes a little bit less effective because people zone out because they already know what to hear. This is the issue with like cliche statements and expected phrases. Is they don't mean anything anymore because they don't draw attention anymore, right? So like, if I read it as like, you know, a secret of life was spreading your gifts, why hide your light under a bushel? That's different than saying, you know, the secret of life was spreading your gifts. Why hide your light under a bushel? Those mean two different things, right? So Fred, I'll kind of throw it back at you. Where would you like the thought groups to be?
I know where it starts. Was apply yourself the secret of life.
Where do
Let's
you
do it.
want your thought? I'll rephrase. Where do you want your thought group to be? There's no wrong answer.
Okay, let's do the sacred first.
The secret.
Secret.
Mm-hmm.
Secret first. The secret of life was
Where do you want that thought group to end?
secret of life. Secret of life. Let's do this as a thought group.
Secret of life?
Mhm.
Secret of life.
Okay. And there's a lot of flexibility here. There's a million ways we could do this. So if you want to work on this section but change things up, we can do that too. But so Farad, our first thought group being the secret of life.
Was spreading. Do this as our second thought group.
Spreading.
Mm-hmm. Was spreading.
Okay. Next thought group.
And your gifts. Your gifts.
Okay. Did you want another thought group or you want it in there?
Yeah, let's end here.
Let's end here.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. So secret of life was spreading your gifts. There's so many different ways we can interpret that, just those three thought groups. So let's talk a little bit of emotion. What emotion do you want me to feel when you're telling me that? I'm gonna check one thing as you answer that, but what do you want me to feel if I'm listening? I'll feel whatever you want me to feel, but you guys tell me what to feel.
Like appreciative, like I want to sound appreciative.
You're appreciative, so you're talking to someone, you appreciate what they've done. That's the vibe. Okay, we can do that. So let's just talk about that. So if someone's appreciative, can you tell me something appreciative? Close your book, Fred. Close it. Tell me something appreciative.
Thank you for doing that. That's the most used.
Is that appreciative? Thank you for doing that.
Thank you for doing
Thank
that.
you for putting me on a spot.
Thank you for starting with me.
Okay. Talk me through what's your strategy. What are we doing to sound appreciative?
What do you do? It sounds appreciative.
What do you do to
I
sound
think it's
appreciative?
more
Thank
like
you for making pasta yesterday.
but it's a strategy. It's not the words. Like, should we focus on words to sound appreciative? Like, we can do that also, but I don't know. Like, I can do that with words, but I don't think that I'm capable of doing it with my.
I think you can.
Thank you.
Did I use words?
No.
Did those give you the same emotion?
No.
Oh. That's
Why? I wonder why. Again, like, I don't have any idea how to sound appreciative. Like, I would say
I
thank
disagree.
you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
What did you guys think? Did you like that? Did that sound appreciative?
Thank you for that.
Thank you for that. Does that sound appreciative?
Yeah.
I love when like students like
That sounds
they
good.
tell me like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do it, and then they do it like a second later. It's always a second later too. It's always immediately after. I like that.
That sounded genuine.
Yeah. Did that sound genuine to you? Yeah. That's the vibe I get. So what was your strategy? Let's work
Like,
back.
go higher in pitch first,
Higher pitch.
and then like go lower and lower, and then at the end, like, thank you for that.
Okay.
Go
So with initial part a little higher, and then we're moving down. Okay.
So yeah, that's the strategy I would probably follow.
Okay. So, can you read this for me? Use the three thought groups you told me.
The secret of life was spreading your gifts. The secret of life was spreading your gifts.
Appreciative?
Was it?
If you have doubts, your listener has doubts. Okay.
The secret of life was spreading your gifts. No, it wasn't.
What do you guys think? How can we make this sound appreciative? Was that it? Is it missing something? Is it perfect and we
There's
move on?
deep sorrow in that. So.
In the words?
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying it's going to be a little tricky?
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Are the words going to make this too difficult to make it sound appreciative?
When you were saying thank you for that, you kind of went down and softer. And you spoke a little differently when you read this line.
So,
When you were saying thank you for
So what I should do is like the secret of life was spreading your gifts.
I don't know if that's quite what you did with the thank you thing. So maybe one of the things with thank you, maybe it was a little easier because it was a single thought group. You know, thank you for that. Okay. What if instead we viewed the thought group as a more extended version of that, or the thought group is more extended? So like, for instance, the secret of life, maybe having that higher pitch that you have on like thank you. And then like the what's spreading, maybe the pitch around you have for 4. And then your gifts kind of having that pitch level of that. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. The secret of life was spreading your gifts.
Did you guys hear pitch contrast on that?
One more time.
I'm
The
gonna close our
secret of
windows.
life. The secret of life.
Thank you, Tina.
The secret of life. The secret of life was spreading your gifts.
Do you think you could do more pitch contrast than
I think I could. I
Okay.
should try. The secret of life was spreading your gifts.
that? Did you guys, okay, I'm gonna just pause it here. Did you guys hear pitch contrast on that? The
I
way you
heard
just-
gifts higher.
Think thought group to thought group.
A little bit, I think.
A little bit, yeah.
Is that what we're going for a little bit?
No.
Oh.
Unfortunately,
The secret of life.
being able to harsh.
Originally you said like thank you for that.
The secret of life is spreading your gifts.
Can you say thank you again? Hi?
Thank you.
That's not as high as you did before.
Thank you.
That's not as high as you did before.
Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay. I think Tina heard it. So then, can you say, thank you, high pitch, and then the secret of life, same pitch?
Thank you. Secret of life.
Be a little softer on life.
Secret of life. The secret of life.
A little higher pitch.
Secret of life. The secret of life.
These are all the same. I want higher.
The secret of life.
You're still at the same where you were before.
The secret of life.
Ooh. Can you stress secret instead of life?
The secret of life. The secret of life.
Stress secret if you can.
The secret of life.
The secret of
You're
life.
bouncing. You hear the secret of life. The secret of life.
The secret of life.
You're doing the same thing. The secret of life. Can you stress secret?
We can't
The
mute.
secret of
Yeah, I
life.
know. It's so hard to
We
mute
want not
myself.
to practice, but we used to practice.
Can't mute. Sorry.
No, but no, that's good. Show me what you normally do, because that's helpful.
The secret of life.
You can go higher on secret.
The secret.
The secret of
Yeah.
life.
The secret of life.
life.
The secret of life.
Fred, do you want me to hold your
is
hand?
spreading your gifts.
I can hold your hand through this if you want.
Didn't.
Yeah.
Didn't.
Can you say the everyone the? It's like you're singing classes.
Secret.
The and then we need to go higher. So stress the secret, right?
The secret.
It's like the C.
The secret.
No, you went down.
The secret.
You're saying the secret, but I'm saying the C.
The
Secret.
secret.
The secret.
You're saying the C, but I'm saying the C.
The C.
The C.
Secret. The
Okay.
secret.
No, the one before
The
that.
secret.
Okay. The secret of
Secret.
The secret of life.
The secret.
you're bouncing. The secret of life. The secret of life. That sort of rhythm is
Down, down.
it's very bouncy. It's like if I said an entire sentence like this the entire time, oh my gosh, you'd probably want to punch me in the face. Like it's a little it's too bouncy. Okay. The secret of life.
The secret of life. The
Higher on C.
secret of life.
Higher on C. The secret of life.
The secret of life. The secret of life.
Okay, I think you have the general idea. Okay. I still think you go higher, but I think you have the idea. Okay. Let's go to our next part. The secret of life was spreading.
The secret of life was spreading
And then we go down.
your gifts.
Stress gifts.
Your gifts.
Lower on gifts though.
Your gifts.
It's still too high.
Your gifts.
It does the same as before.
Your gifts. Your gifts.
That one. There it is.
Your gifts.
Your gifts.
Your gifts.
Your gifts.
Your gift.
Gifts.
Your gifts.
your gifts.
So one thing that I think is really different between English and a lot of our languages is wavering intonation. I think English uses it all the time. And I think a lot of us are coming from languages where the intonation patterns, even in the case of Mandarin, I know there's that third tone, but even that third tone in Mandarin, a lot of times is not doing as much movement as what we find in English. So in the case of here, Farad, you're kind of saying gifts, gifts, gifts versus gifts. Do you hear the difference between gifts and gifts?
Gifts.
Do you hear that difference?
Yeah.
It's like the secret of life. What was our text? The secret of life was spreading your gifts.
Gifts. Gifts.
But remember too, we want to extend the breath when the sound ends. So like when I say gifts in that S sound, just because I finished the S doesn't mean the breath stops. It's not gifts because it cuts. You heard that. Gifts.
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 Fade out the radio. Gifts.
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 Even softer. Gifts.
Gifts. Gifts.
The secret of life was spreading your gifts.
The secret of life is spreading your gifts.
Too firm. Do you hear the difference? I'll try to give you an example when I say firm. I was working with this with Emmanuel on a recent stream. I forget which one. But if you find it, I think it's a helpful one. If you find it. Can you hear a difference between the secret of life was spreading your gifts and the secret of life was spreading your gifts?
Yeah.
Do you hear that difference on gifts? It gets softer, right? A lot of us are talking like this all the time when we talk, and it stays firm the entire time. But when you actually listen to native speakers, like some things get softer, but then some things go back to firm, but then something's softer. You know, sometimes you need the rock, but sometimes you need the pillow. You know. Frod, do you want to read that for me one more time?
The secret of life was spreading your gifts.
We're back to every thought group being the same pitch. The secret of life was spreading your gifts.
The secret of life was spreading your gifts. Your gifts.
That last one's probably your best one. Okay. Questions for me from anyone so far?
The secret of life is spreading your gifts. Gifts.
Your gifts.
You changed something, right? You're like spreading your gifts versus spreading your gifts.
Spreading your gifts.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's not.
Yeah, it didn't
Changes things, huh? It's all about,
The secret life was spreading.
like Tina, can you say like, ah?
No.
Can you hear a difference between ah and ah?
Fading.
Nicholas, can I pick on you?
Sure.
Can you try doing that for me? So like, we're gonna do it two ways, okay?
Okay.
So the first one, we're gonna just do, like the light switch just flips off, like ah.
Okay.
Can you try that?
Ah.
Yeah. And now we're going to do the fade out. We got a dimmer switch now. It's like, ah.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
It might help if you're just like sitting up straight. Like it just helps with.
It's interesting you say that. What are we talking about, guys?
Wait,
Posture,
I-
posture, posture. Shoulders down, chest out.
It's
Where
like the
is
same
your diaphragm?
position, right? Like you chest up, like
Yeah, it's just sit up straight. Good posture.
Yeah.
It makes a difference.
like there's like this whole.
I know,
slope.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just ah.
丹田。
Questions about that? This is really fundamental.
Yeah, this is very hard.
It's very hard, but it's very fundamental. When you master this, though, it gives you, it opens up everything in all the languages. You know, it just gives you so much more range if you're conscious of it. You think about it. If you are, and that's a big if. I understand it's a big if. Someone was hanging out with us a little while ago.
Where's David?
Where's David? David, you've been summoned. Tina, give me a 2 or 3 section.
She could do anything. Oh, sorry. She could do anything. So she did everything. That's 2 stop group.
Okay, that is 2 thought groups. This is I really like this pair. Ellen Briveway is so good. If I could write like her. Okay. So I think this is, I really like that you picked this one because it's working with parallels.
Yeah.
English loves parallelism. English loves threes. Like if you have a list of things, English really likes if you have three of something. Okay, I don't know if that's true in other languages, but English really likes three. Okay, English really likes parallel structure. What I do on one half, I do to the other half. Once you start listening for it, it's everywhere. Okay, so this is a great place where we can use some contrastive stress. Have you heard of contrastive stress before? Okay. Contrastive stress. What do you think that means? Contrastive stress.
Is stress in the same part of the sentence?
Kind of. It's basically it's working with parallel. Like what I do with one element, I'm going to repeat that element, maybe tweak it a little bit, you know, because it's like we have the she.
Yeah.
She could, so she did, right?
She could do anything, so she did everything.
Yeah. So
she
I
could
think
do anything, so she did everything.
so. It depends on what you want to. What do you want to put the emphasis on? Are we emphasizing the verb? Are we putting the anything versus everything?
Or can we say she could do anything, so she did everything? That's weird. Actually, that's
Well,
not interesting.
I mean, so what you just did there, I thought was really interesting because you changed the volume on everything. You're like, she could do anything, so she did everything.
Yeah.
I don't think that's bad.
I guess I was trying to.
I don't know if that was your intention or not, but
I was trying to see if it works when we don't do the parallel.
by the way, Tina, if the sun gets in your face, feel free to
Yeah, it's okay.
express yourself. So what do you want to do here?
I like what you suggested. She could do anything, so she did everything.
It's like could and did.
Yeah.
So let's kind of, I think that works. I like the attention onto verbs. The big thing I think is, can we, kind of similar to what we're doing for I'd like more pitch contrast. So how are you going to fix that?
She could do anything.
So you're telling me you want to go high into first talkers, right? Is that how it turns out? She and you want to stress could?
Could, yeah. She could do anything, so she did everything. So she did everything.
Ooh, I mean, we could play with that too. We could do firm, soft. Can you say that first thought group, high pitch but firm?
She could do anything, so she did everything.
We're getting there. Could you again?
She could do anything, so she did everything.
Are you stressing could or anything?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Let's make a choice.
When I hear that wavering intonation on could, I feel like the next sentence is gonna start with but. Like she could do anything, but she didn't do nothing.
She didn't do anything.
My mother, she could do things, but she just did nothing.
She could.
She could do anything, so she could do anything. Wait, I'm gonna try anything.
Could.
She could do anything. She could do anything, so she did everything.
Ooh, do that again.
She could do anything, so she did everything.
Okay. Yeah, look at you. Hey. So we got our softness. Nicholas, can you do me a favor? Can you tilt that camera a little bit more towards me? Yeah, a little more. Just a little bit more. Oh, yeah, even a little more. He's got that subtle touch. Yeah, that's good. Okay, thank you. All right. Can you do that again, Tina?
She could do anything, so she did everything.
Too strong on everything.
Oh, everything. Sorry. She could do anything, so she did everything.
Yeah. Okay. One of the other things too, this is kind of speaking to what we do with Fraud earlier. I mentioned surprise. Communication really likes surprise. One of the things I think helps this, maybe not so much when you're reading it because you can see where the line breaks are and stuff like that, but like, you guys have heard people say, "Oh man, like Fraud, he can do anything." and it stops there, right? It could stop there. Like, I don't necessarily know that more information is coming. So I think we can kind of use that to our advantage. So like, Tina, when you're saying that first part, let's imagine that we want our reader to think that I'm going to stop there. Can you just read that first thought group for me and make it sound very final?
She could do anything.
Make it more close your book. Make it more conversational.
She could do everything.
Anything.
Anything,
She could do
sorry.
anything.
Tell me about Yen and that she could do anything.
Yeah, Yang can do anything.
Okay. Drag out, make it really dramatic on anything, because we really believe in you.
She can do anything. Anything.
I want you to say anything for like 3 seconds.
Anything.
Anything.
She can do anything.
More happy.
Oh, sorry.
That's
she
gonna
could
be
do
challenging.
anything. Anything.
Remember we talked about fading out a
She
little?
could. Oh, we're fading on the first part?
Not necessarily, but like
She could do anything.
we're talking, not like we're doing an exercise in a workshop.
Oh. But slow, huh?
Just on anything.
She could do anything. That doesn't.
Yeah, I think you have an idea.
She could do anything.
Anything.
I know, right? She can do anything.
I'm gonna hold your hand through this, okay? He say for me, she
She
could
She could.
do
She could do.
she could do anything.
She could do anything.
Anything.
She could do anything.
Higher on N. She could do anything.
She could do anything.
Go faster on anything. Anything.
Anything.
Ooh,
Anything.
give me the whole first thought group again.
She could do anything.
Higher pitch on N.
She could do anything. Anything. Right?
Better.
Yeah.
Do it 3 times.
She could do anything.
Go lower on the thing.
Thing. Lower thing.
Mhm.
Anything. She could do anything. She could do anything. Yeah? She could do anything.
No, I wanted a little. Yeah, a little. It makes a difference, right? She could do anything. She could do anything. Not the same, right? That's not the same.
She could do anything.
Yeah. Like imagine like you're talking about someone like man like Farah, he can do anything.
She could do anything. Yeah.
And
We
what's
have
our
so
second
much
part?
faith in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you could add stuff like man, like he could do anything. Or like wow, he can do and put a wow in front of it.
Wow.
Being sarcastic again.
I mean, we can make it sound very sarcastic, like wow, he can do anything. Oh wow, he got
He
dressed
can do
this morning.
anything.
Oh wow, he can do anything. Wow, you know.
Yeah.
Um, Tell me about Yen though. She can do anything,
She
right?
can do anything.
Anything.
Anything. Right. Thing is the word.
Yeah. Now it's give me the second half.
So she did everything.
Is that how you want me to say that? She could do anything, so she did is that how you want me to say that?
Now I'm confused how I want it to be.
I would liked how you did it originally, if you remember. Soft.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's some irony.
Anything. So she did everything.
Do you see that? Do you see like what that does? Like she can do anything, so she did everything. Do you see that?
Sad.
It does.
Yeah.
But I would rather. You might not believe this, but I would rather feel sad than not feel anything. You know what I mean? Like we have a tendency to not convey any emotion. Give me something, you know. Can you say that one more time?
She could do anything. So she did everything.
Too fast.
Too fast on the second part?
Yeah.
She could do anything. So she did everything.
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 Yeah.
So she did everything.
Yeah. Now, if you don't like that, because you're like, it's too sad, Geoff. I don't.
No, I want it to be sad.
But so how would we make it happy? Let's just imagine though, if we wanted to make it happy, how would we make it happy? Any ideas? How do you make things happy?
Faster. Higher
Make it
pitch.
higher pitch. I think higher pitch is going to be the key. So what does it sound like a higher pitch on the second part? What would that sound like?
She could do anything. She
did
did
everything.
everything.
She
She did everything.
Now that doesn't sound very authentic.
Oh.
That's why Nicholas is laughing.
Hey! That's not very supportive.
But that's the thing though, right? If you convey the wrong emotion, like you're trying to sound happy, but you sound like she can do anything. Well, that's a different vibe than what.
Like she did everything.
So she did everything. Like, is that the vibe we're going for?
Yeah. You said happy.
But that's not authentic happy. That's
Oh.
making fun of her happy.
Really? No.
Nicholas, Judge.
Hey, careful.
Sorry. that's
Fine.
we have to be.
All right.
We have to be because it's so nuanced. It's so easy to give the wrong message. Because like if I say she can do anything, that is a very different message than she could do anything.
She can do anything.
Yeah, or she can do anything.
You do anything.
You know?
You did everything.
Yeah, she could do anything, so she did everything.
You did everything.
To me, that sounds positive, happy. Versus,
She could do anything.
you know, she could do anything, so she did everything. Different feel.
Totally. Yeah.
Questions on that part? I'm glad you picked that part. Those are there's so much you can do with that. Nicholas, can I pick on you?
Yeah.
Can you read the first? I'm very mean. I'm
Okay.
sorry, because I'm going to give you a part. I just want to hear what you do.
Okay.
Let's do this first line. I love this first line. From a writing perspective, this first line is so bold. I'm going to give you the same words 3 times.
Reminds me of the Your Mother. I like that.
You know,
one,
it's
but, yeah.
a little. It's got some edge to it. But like, how think of like in writing, like how confident you have to be to say. I'm going to say the same thing 3 times, and you're going to like it. You know, it just takes some bold. That's a bold move right there. And I'm going to put it in the very first line, and I'm going to end the line with a pronoun. Like, there's so many bold moves. Anyways, this isn't a poetry thing, but man. All right, Nicholas, I want you to read the first 3 my mothers.
My mother, my mother, my mother.
Okay. I'm going to give you some emotions,
Okay.
and I just want to hear what you do with it, okay? I want you to sound sad.
My mother, my mother, my mother. That was awful. Okay. Sad, huh?
No, I thought it was
My
good.
mother.
I think the first one was a little bit tricky, but then the second and the third started getting me there.
My mother, my mother, my mother.
Close your book.
Sad. My mother, my mother, my mother. My mother.
What? Think of like can you give me like some body? What's your body language like when you're sad about something? Like Tina just broke your favorite
Heart.
line of
Favorite
code
part.
that you've been working on for days. She just went in and sabotaged it.
Sure.
What's
your body language?
It'd be something like, I guess, like hunched over,
Hunched over.
looking down.
Are you a sigher? Like if something upsets you, do you sigh?
Maybe a little.
Maybe a little bit. Yeah.
My mother, my mother, my mother. A sigh. My mother, my mother, my mother.
That one.
Yeah, that's good.
That one. How do you get there? What do you do?
My mother.
It was one breath.
One breath.
Oh.
But also, but no, but you too. Yeah.
That's just what I did.
The sigh on it, like my mother. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I'm gonna give you another one, if that's okay. Imagine like your mom pulled a prank on you, or she tricked you. She's a little trickster, and you just realized she did that.
My mother, my mother, my mother.
Okay, a little different, right? So you're playing with speed.
Yeah.
Going a little faster. Okay. Angry. Did your mom ever make you angry? I won't tell her.
Probably. I'm trying to think. My mother, my mother, my mother.
Did you guys see what he did there? Especially on the first one versus like the second one. See what he did?
I don't remember actually.
That's why we're here. That's
my
what I'm telling.
mother, my mother.
That's not
my,
what you-
No,
that's
no,
not
I
what-
did.
that's not what
Oh,
you did. That's
interesting.
not what you did.
I saw a
Your
different
mother.
one.
I heard the first mother stressed and then
It's the opposite. The
My
first time he
advice
stressed
is-
my.
Mhm.
He was like,
My
my mother,
mother.
my mother, my mother.
Yeah.
Changing stress.
Maybe when you're angry, focus on yourself. My mother, my mother, my mother.
Or maybe I don't. That's an interesting. I don't know. Maybe I haven't thought about that. Maybe.
It could be just.
But there's a difference between doing like my mother
It does
and
sound
like my
different.
mother, right? It changes things. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Nicholas. Thanks for that.
That's good.
Okay.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah. It's pretty much what we do all the time. They can tell you. How are we doing on time?
We have half an hour.
Cool. Is this helpful?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Make a note. Don't lesson plan ever. Listen. Yeah, and can you give me a 2, 3 thought group section?
The world was an unplowed field, a dress to be hemmed, a scrap knee.
Okay. The world was an unplowed field, dressed to be hemmed, scraped knee. Okay. Where are your thought groups?
Field.
Field,
Hemmed.
hemmed,
It's like
knee.
Knee.
Is that where you want your stresses to be too? Field, hemmed, knee. Is that what we want? Stress, stress, stress.
Hold on. Dress.
What's your first stress? In the first thought group, what do you want to stress?
World.
You sure?
The world was an unplowed field. Unplowed.
Close your book and just say
what do
it.
you feel?
The world is an unplowed field.
Which one do you like more? The world was an unplowed field.
The
world was an unplowed field. Which one do you like more?
World. I like it.
Okay.
Yeah. Good one.
There's no wrong answers here. You want to stress world, you want to stress dress?
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to stress in the last one?
Script.
Scraped.
Script. Script.
Scraped?
Mm-hmm.
Touch it out,
Script knee. Script knee. Script knee. Script knee.
Script. Knee.
Knee.
Yeah.
You're stressing knee. We gotta be careful, guys. It's not Mandarin. It's not E. It's E.
Really?
Knee.
Knee?
Knee.
Knee.
Knee. It's not knee. It's knee.
Knee. Wow.
What's the difference?
Knee. Knee.
Knee.
I can hear a difference, but I won't
Short
make
Placement.
Oh, placement.
It's placement.
Knee.
We're not up here.
Knee.
It's not E. You know, we don't want this to become almost like you, right? We don't want that to happen. It's
Knee.
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 Okay.
More breath at the end.
Knee. Knee.
Remember to fade out. Knee.
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 There's no fade out. There's no breath. You're saying knee and then cut versus knee. Breath.
Knee. Knee.
Knee.
Knee.
Ooh.
Knee.
But we have to go faster.
Knee.
No, you cut.
Knee.
Do you hear it?
Yeah.
Knee. Knee.
Knee.
Second one's better than the first one.
Knee. Knee. Script knee.
That one. Very good.
Script knee. Script knee. Script knee.
I know this stuff's really subtle, but I think it makes a big difference sustained over sentences.
Yeah.
Okay, you gave me 3 thought groups. Can you read them for me? Oh, actually, what do you want me to feel? Are these positive things, negative things?
Negative.
I don't think there's a right or wrong answer here.
Yeah, it's not.
There can be a beauty in pain.
What can you do about it?
You know? It depends on like the lesson you're trying to teach too, right? It's like you may be teaching, like, you know, hey guys, these things happen. You got to deal. You know?
Yeah. It's
Versus,
painful,
like-
but someone has to do it.
Yeah. Like you go, hey guys, yeah, it sucks, but you gotta do it. Which is different than, guys, I'm sorry, it sucks. But we gotta do it. You know? What's the message you want me to feel? Are we being more uplifting, happy, or are we being more sad about it?
What's sad about it?
You want me to be sad about it? Okay. Then make me sad about it.
The world was an unplowed field, a dress to be hemmed, a script need.
Sound like you're reading. You took me back to high school.
That's why I'm here.
You just got called on to read in the
That's
middle
why
of
I'm
class.
here.
Do you guys agree or disagree? It sounded like reading to me. Did it feel conversational? How you make a conversation? What you gonna do?
Throw this away.
Okay.
I need to memorize words.
I would almost add a bit more annoyance to this. Like, there's so much things.
It's gonna be hard for her. She's never been annoyed before. But we're gonna...
Yeah, but it would be easy for me.
Can you show me?
Dress to be scrutiny, this throwing is another.
Oh wow! Yo, hey, that was.
Everybody asks from me. I have
See,
so
the key
much
to
do.
Tina is just ask her to just be annoyed. And
Do
then...
everything.
That was great. Endless list.
I have a lot of practice.
Do you ever watch Seinfeld before? They have
That's a good show.
It is a
I
good
watched
show.
Twilight.
Like,
That's why. I do.
Speaking of not good, no, I'm just kidding. We can all have our guilty pleasures. That's fine. They have the airing of grievances, which is just like they don't do Christmas anymore. They make their own holiday called Festivus, and part of it is the airing of grievances, which is basically just starting. I forget the dad's name, but he just sits down. He's like, I have a lot of problems with you people, and then like he just starts listing out people's issues. All that said, yeah, and I want you to be annoyed.
The world was plot field, a dress to be hemmed, script need.
We haven't talked much about this. Where does she lose energy from a listener's perspective? For me, it's very clear, but maybe I'm just on a different wavelength than everybody.
Yeah.
So I want to see, where do you lose the energy?
Scrape knee.
I think it's before then.
Dress to be hemmed.
Yeah. For me, it's the address to be hemmed. By a lot. Can you read it again the way you... Yeah, I know it's hard to do on the spot.
The world was plot field, a dress to be hemmed, a script need.
It's not what you did.
The world was an unplowed field.
Does anyone remember what you ended? You can say no.
Should I go higher on pitch?
The world was
I want to know what you did first, and then we can talk about fixing it.
Did you do like a dress to be hemmed? Like a little higher on him?
The right idea.
I did. Yeah, I think I did.
You're paying attention to the right spot, but that wasn't quite what she did. I'm going to read it the way Ian did it and see if you pick up on that. The world was an unplowed field, a dress to be hemmed, a scraped knee.
She caught the breath.
Do you hear how
Dress to
like
be hemmed.
it's just for me when I hear that sort of pattern, it robs your speech of a lot of energy. Like the world is an unplowed field, a dress to be hemmed, you know. Versus like what if you did kind of something similar, like the world was an unplowed field, dress to be hemmed, and then a scraped knee. Do you hear the difference?
Speed.
A dress to be hemmed, dress to be hemmed. Like, do you hear the difference? A little bit more urgency. Whereas, like, the rising intonation kind of steals it.
Dress to be hemmed.
Address to be hemmed.
Dress to be hemmed.
Dress to be hemmed.
Dress to be hemmed. Script need.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's really hard. I don't have like great definitions or anything for this. Okay. 'Cause to me, this is a little bit more intuitive sense. So you can listen to this and be like, Geoff, you're whack, and that's fine. But for me, moments like that really rob you of a lot of power when you talk.
Yeah.
Especially when you have a moment that has the potential for so much. Like the world was an unplowed field. Address to be hemmed, and just like, because it's really, a lot of times like these sorts of things happen in moments in our dialogue where we've built up so much energy to then just lose it so fast. It's like, man, like, and it's really hard to build it back up again. It's really hard.
Can I also add pause?
Yeah. I won't stop you from pausing. Where do you want to pause?
After field. The world was an unplowed field. Just to be hemmed, a script need.
I don't like the rising on him.
This is.
I felt like you were gonna list
Address
like a grocery shopping.
Give me a falling. Give me a fourth tone on hemmed.
Address to be hemmed.
Give me a harsher fourth tone.
Just to be him.
Address to be hemmed.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, did you get that little attitude? Ooh. Yeah.
Script need.
Some of that spunk. Yeah. Do that again. Yeah.
The world was an unplowed field. Address to be hemmed, a script need.
Get angrier.
The world was an unplowed field. Address to be hemmed, a script need.
Field was not angry. The world was an unplowed field. Chris, like Nicholas was like, yeah, that's like not angry.
The world was.
The world was an unplowed field.
Nope.
Address,
Nope.
the
Nope.
world was an unplowed field.
No. I know I'm being.
No, don't.
Talk through your teeth. You ever get angry?
Yeah. The world was an unplowed field.
Okay.
Tina.
Do that.
Very cute when you're trying to be angry.
Is she cute when she angry?
Yeah.
Do that. Grit your teeth when you get to field.
The world was unplowed field.
Don't drag it. Cut.
Field.
Go real slow on unplowed and go fast on field.
The world was unplowed field.
Not angry enough. Go lower in pitch on field.
The world was unplowed field.
Field.
Field. Field.
Can you be like, put your book down. Can you say, that's not angry. Just be like, hold it. You've just never been angry, huh?
I rarely get angry.
I know.
But I do want to get angry now.
Stop being. Do you know?
For real.
I never get angry, but I want to.
Yeah. The world was an unplowed field.
Getting there. Be faster on field. The world was an unplowed field.
The world was an unplowed field.
It's not the world was an unplowed field. It's the world was an unplowed field.
The world was an unplowed field.
You're too high on field. You're saying, can you hear a difference between the world was an unplowed field and the world was an unplowed field?
Oh, yes. The
So
world was an unplowed field.
The world was an unplowed
The
field.
world was an unplowed field.
That one.
Oh, wow.
All right. We did the first thought group. I'm sorry?
I'm getting hungry.
Okay.
Too much work.
All right.
The world was in.
That's the first thought
was an
group.
unplug.
Can you hear a difference? The world was an unplowed field. This road is really bumpy. All right. Next thought group. Let's maybe go slightly higher because we're already pretty low there. So let's maybe the second thought group go a little higher. And there's a million ways to do this. Please don't think this is the only way. Okay. The world was an unplowed field. Address to be hemmed.
The world was an unploughed field, a dress to be had.
That's not what I did. Did you hear what I did? What did I do?
Address.
Higher,
That's not what I did. What else? What did I do?
faster.
They don't catch what I did?
Address.
Dress-
Listen carefully.
Dress to be.
The world was an unplowed field, a dress to be had. What did I do?
Setter.
You know, like sometimes you're angry and you don't know what to say. You need a second to get it out. Get angry.
The world was an unploughed field, a dress to be had.
Yeah, that's good.
That's better.
Just to be.
Scribney.
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 Scrape knee.
Scribney.
Scrape knee.
Scribney.
Good job. Good job.
You get the idea?
Yes. Wow. So powerful, man.
Scribney.
Give me a part you want us to look at.
I want the last one because I was curious why they said she gave herself a lifetime C.
Which part?
She gave herself.
Oh, not the first paragraph. The last
C
one on page
an
21.
average.
Page
grade.
21, where I'm at?
She gave herself a lifetime C, an average grade from then on. Wait, how do you read this? An average grade from then on.
I think that's where if there were going to be a period, that's where it would be.
From then on.
Yeah, an average
Out
grade
she
period.
kept
From
the
then
lights
on. From then on,
From
out she
then on.
kept.
Oh, she kept the lights on day and night.
From then on out. I think it's from then on out she kept.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you were going to use punctuation, I would expect grade period. From then on out, comma, she kept the lights on.
My mother knew we're self-canceling. She gave herself a lifetime C, an average grade
From then on.
from then on.
Then on out.
Let's stop at grade.
Yeah.
I think it's a little punchier.
Yeah,
Sounds like you're reading.
yeah, I know.
There's not a lot of words here. Let's talk through it. So that way we can kind of close our books and talk through it. We're self-canceling. She gave herself a lifetime C, an average grade.
Sad.
It's really sad.
Yeah.
It's a sad poem.
I think that's most of the housewife story here.
There is the archetype of the stay-at-home mom battling with depression, things like that, and abuse from the patriarchy. That's the thing. Not just in the U.S.
Worldwide.
Yeah. Talk to me. Don't read to me. Talk to me.
What is self-canceling, actually?
What do you think it means?
So she views herself as very
Self-canceling.
How do you take that?
I actually don't
If you look in a dictionary, you're not going to find it.
Insignificant.
I mean, you might find it, but you might not find it. So we have to interpret it. What does it mean?
Like cancel someone? Like cancel
Who
cancel?
do you
Insignificant.
cancel?
Like people you don't like.
I think it's
Self-cancel.
herself.
Self-canceling.
Herself.
My mother knew that we are self-canceling. So the kids are self-canceling.
Everyone.
We like humans.
I mean, it's the speaker. It's the speaker and the mom,
Yeah.
and it's everyone.
We are self-canceling.
It's all those things.
My mother knew we're self-canceling.
That sounds like reading. Stress new.
My mother knew that we were self-canceling.
Fourth tone, heavy.
Knew.
That's not fourth tone.
Knew.
But
Knew. That's self.
okay, but maybe lower pitch. Start lower.
My mother knew we were self-canceling.
This, you're curling up. New,
New.
My mother knew we were self-canceling.
but more emotion. Imagine it like you're sighing. It's like, ah, my mother. She knew.
My mother knew we were self-canceling.
Whisper it.
My mother knew we were self-canceling.
Whole thing.
Oh, the whole thing?
Whisper the whole line.
My mother knew we were self-canceling.
Too strong on new still. My mother knew we were My mother knew. My mother knew we were self-canceling. No, I don't want. My mother knew we were self-canceling. No. It's like imagine like you just realized the truth about your mom. It's like, oh, man.
My mother knew we were self-canceling. She gave herself a lifetime C, an average grade.
I still want to work on that first part.
Okay.
Can you
I
say
thought
it?
that was pretty sad, actually, what I did.
Yes. I still want to play with that first part because I think there's some more we can do with it.
Yeah.
Can you say it again?
My mother knew we were self-canceling.
My mother knew we were self-canceling again. That's not.
My mother knew we were
My
self-canceling.
mother. Can you say? My mother knew. My mother knew. Punch your head a little bit. My mother knew we were self.
My mother knew we were self-canceling.
Do you hear a difference? My mother knew we were self-canceling. My mother knew we were
My
self-canceling.
mother knew we were self-canceling.
Angry or like sad, but like my mother knew she
My mother
knew
knew we were
like my
self-canceling.
mother knew we were.
My mother knew we were self-canceling.
Your knew is so much softer than mine.
Yeah.
Do you hear the difference between knew and knew?
Knew. My mother knew we were self-canceling.
Tina, can you say knew?
Knew.
Yeah,
You're
like,
there.
yeah.
Knew.
Can you say no?
No.
No. Like you want me to stop though? No.
No. No.
You gotta be firmer.
No.
Yeah.
Knew.
Kind of, but lower and weaker though in pitch.
Knew.
No. No.
Knew.
Can you say like no?
No.
No.
No. No. No.
No.
No.
Cut more. No.
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 I think part of it is the range of pitch. My range is wider. You're saying no, no, and I'm starting higher. No.
No.
Yeah.
No.
New.
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 No.
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 New.
No.
Oh. Okay.
Sorry.
No, my fault. No, I should have been
New
able to.
or self-canceling.
Yeah, sorry. No. New. New.
Can you say it in a way that I just shocked you? Can you do it in a way that shocks me?
No. I can't hear the difference actually. I thought I was doing what you were doing.
Was she?
Mm-mm.
No.
Nicholas, can you do it? Can you say, you don't even need your book. Nicholas, can you just say, new?
Knew. My
Angry.
mother knew we were self-canceling.
Angrier.
My mother knew we were self-canceling.
I think
She knew we were self-canceling.
part of it too is that you're going so slow on mother that I think it's affecting the momentum on new. Like, can you say my mother,
My mother.
to my mother versus my mother?
My mother. My mother.
Can you say my mother knew?
My mother knew.
Start higher on new. My mother knew.
My mother knew.
Better but higher. My mother knew.
My mother knew.
Ooh.
Oh, you want
Oh.
more force, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
How much force can you give me?
My mother knew that this was.
Hey, yeah.
I mean, it's easier for me to think of a different sentence than this one.
For sure.
The self-canceling part's too confusing.
For sure.
Yeah.
I understand.
But, yeah.
Like even if we just said like she knew.
Yeah.
She knew.
She knew I was doing the wrong thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're doing. Exactly.
My mother knew or something.
It's curling up.
Take a bigger
Yeah.
breath and
New or self-canceling.
hit it harder, I guess. I don't know how to say this.
New.
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 New or self-canceling.
It's not new. It's new.
New.
New. New.
New. My mother knew or something.
What's
Wait, I thought I'm not curling up. Am I curling up? Yeah.
New.
One more time.
Okay.
New
New.
or self-canceling.
New. My mother knew or something.
new? New.
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 No.
It's very soft at the end.
New.
New.
Start higher. New.
New.
New. New.
New.
New.
New.
But angrier.
New.
Your range is here. My range is here. New.
New.
Let's drag it out. New.
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 You're saying new, and I'm saying new.
New.
Yeah, but condense it. New.
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 That's not the same range you gave me a second ago, though.
New.
New. It was new.
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 New. New.
What's like a one syllable Mandarin word I can say that will sound angry?
Oh, it's a
like an
similar
angry,
sounding
like
word?
not a similar sounding word. Like a, is there like a single syllable that like people say when they're angry?
Oh. Yeah.
That's relatively clean. Like for instance, like in English, you might say like Christ, like why'd you do that?
捣蛋.
No.
No,
No.
it's not. It doesn't. You can convey anger in that same tone. 捣蛋. No, it's not the sound.
I think it, I think that like if we say,
I would usually say like, sorry, like pee.
How dare you!
Please stop distributing.
Yeah.
You're gonna get bad.
Not like
Don't
pee
even
like
know.
in English, but like.
I know what it means.
No, okay. No, that's the one word I use.
Yes.
Yeah. Never mind. Let's not do this.
But-
Maybe it doesn't work.
I want to. Can you say that? More. Do you hear that? Like that part.
Try growling. Like that.
What sounds a dog make before it bites you?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a little sick, huh? You know, like that low, like. I don't know if dogs make that sound.
I can't do
Can you
that.
growl? Or you can do like an R, yeah, like.
Not like that, right?
It's not like that because that sounds a little too sick. In honesty. I think this is really. I think this is honestly really important because if we're not able to even like, it's just a sound, right? But that aspect of breath is really key because I can carry that over to other things. Like I can go like like how did you like? You hear that? I was
Not
like,
like that.
it's kind of like that, but slightly softer. Like why? Do you hear that's different? Like normally I would say like why, but if I'm angry, I do like why?
Why?
Like do you hear that difference?
Why?
It's not the same.
It's like throat sounds.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
how to describe it. It's
Yeah.
guttural.
It needs a lot of air. It needs a lot of breath, but it also needs low placement. If your placement's too high,
The dogs do that.
yeah. Like, yeah, keep saying
Wait, I got it.
getting there.
Yeah.
It does sound better than before, yeah. Yeah, like yeah. Like
Oh, that was it.
yeah. My wife makes that noise all the time. so like
Changing form.
it's like no.
Yeah, that's the right sound.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
No.
Like
No.
she knew.
She knew.
Don't do it for she, but do it for new. Like she knew.
Knew. Oh, I can't do that. Knew.
She knew.
Knew. Okay, I think that's.
You guys have things to practice on your car.
I thought you're right. You can
So
practice with me.
just like yeah, for sure we can do it. Yeah. So like, if I were doing that part, just to give you an example, because I know we got to head out. Like if I were doing that part, like I'll start with like my mother. Like my mother knew we were self-canceling. My mother knew it. It's like man, like she knew this. Like my mother knew we were self-canceling. She gave herself a lifetime C, average grade. I don't want to sound like because if you just sound like you're reading, she's gonna be like, my mother knew we were self-canceling. She gave herself a lifetime C, an average grade. That's not talking. My mother knew we were self-canceling. She gave herself a lifetime C, like an average grade. Like I might throw in some filler words. Like I think like throwing in like a like between C and an average grade. Like she gave herself a lifetime C, like an average grade, you know. Versus she gave herself a lifetime C, an average grade. You hear the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You all can do this. We all have voices.
But it's really hard to fake an emotion.
Then don't fake it.
How am I gonna get angry?
Think about
Will help.
Actually, I did pretty well with the new, I think.
New.
Yeah.
you got to. Don't separate yourself from what you're saying and who you are. Become the thing you're saying. If you say you're angry, you're angry.
What if I'm not it? How am I gonna?
Well, then your listener's going to know that. Okay?
I'm never sick.
I like that. We just did that.
Never self-counseling. She gave her that. And now she paid. And now she paid. I want to never self-counseling. She gave herself a lifestyle.
I like what you did on the new year self-canceling part. The only thing I'll watch out for is you're going up on the self-canceling. And again, we talked about robbing power. You rob the power. Like, can you hear a difference? Like, my mother knew we were self-canceling. And my mother knew we were self-canceling. You hear the difference?
You were self-conscious.
Yeah.
You were self-conscious.
Like, you really, that's what I want to do. I just can't do that with a single word.
We found our new favorite English sound.
Myself.
We're just going to be in class. I'm going to say something
I
horrible.
learned how to do it. I couldn't really find it for a while. And then I found it. I can
like
do
on a-
everything.
Do this on your next Zoom call when like your camera's off during like your stand-up meeting, and you're gonna say, "All right, guys, we're gonna work 50 hours this week," and then Tina just
50 hours. Don't you dare say that.
Final questions for me, guys.
No.
Actually, I don't think I asked you this, but what do you like about Ellen's work?
I find that her poems do a really good job of building momentum. Where you start is not where you end. And everything just kind of, like if we're doing this poem,
Yeah.
it just stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks. And you think it's getting better, but then it gets worse. And then like the layers just keep adding up, you know? It's very relentless. And the fact that there's no punctuation just builds on it further because it opens up interpretations. So you think a line's going one way and then you're like, oh wow, that just turned on its head. You know? So like if I were gonna read this, like,
Please, can you read this for us?
and it's kind of a cold read because I haven't read this poem, but like,
no worries.
but this is also something that like, so I'm gonna do like a cold read, you know, so like I have not prepared this. I have not read this poem in a long time. But I would love it if the next time you guys read something to yourself, don't settle for just like talking. Like put yourself, like the more you can put yourself there, the better. All right. So poem's called My Mother. My mother, my mother, my mother. She could do anything, so she did everything. The world was an unplowed field, a dress to be hemmed, a scrape knee. It needed a casserole. It needed another alto in the choir. Her motto was, apply yourself. The secret of life was spreading your gifts. Why hide your light under a bushel? You might forget it there. In the dark times, the lonely times, the sun gone down on her resolved. She slept a little first, so she'd be fresh. She put on a little lipstick, drawing on her smile. She pulled the hair up off her face. She pulled her stockings on. She stepped into her pumps. She took up her matching purse, already packed with everything. They all would learn. They would be nice. They would apologize. They would be grateful whenever they had forgotten what to pack. She never did. She had a spare. She kissed your cheek. She wiped the mark away with her own spit. She marched you out again, unless you were that awful sort of stubborn, broody child who more and more I was, who once had been so sweet, so mild, staying put where she put me. What happened? Must have been the bushel I was hiding in,
the sun gone down on her resolve. She slept a little first, so she'd be fresh. She pulled her stockings on. She'd packed the words for my every lack. She had a little lipstick on her teeth. The mark on my cheek would not rub off. She gave the fluids from her mouth to it. She gave the tissues in her purse to it. I never did apologize. I let my sister succor those in need and suffer. The little children. My mother knew we were self-canceling. She gave herself a lifetime C, an average grade. From then on out, she kept the lights on, day and night. A garden needs the light. The sun could not be counted on. She slept a little, day and night. She didn't need her stockings or a purse. She watered, she weeded, she fertilized, she stood in front, the tallest stalk, keeping the deer, the birds, all the world's idle, shameless thieves away.
Oh.
She's so good.
They're not happy poems.
I thought it was interesting how I don't know if you guys are watching, but your expression was changing throughout, and it's
has
like,
to.
yeah, that's it. Really, like you can see when you're conveying a different emotion, like anger or something. It's also reflected on your demeanor, like you. Yeah. That helps.
The body and the mind are connected.
Yeah, it really helps to express.
So powerful. Can we work on one of your poems one day?
One of my poems.
Yeah.
I've read one.
Yeah,
I've read a
asked.
few, but there's one I particularly like.
We can do one of my poems.
Yeah.
All right, let's
That's right.
wrap up. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Nicholas, thanks for being here. I hope you enjoyed it.
That was very fun. I loved it.
Okay.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming to the workshop.
Thank you for the book.
I hope you like
Thank
it.
you for your
Yeah.
kind words, really.
I can't do this without you guys. You all mean.
We're very lucky.
Yeah, you should charge us more.
I agree.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you for teaching Tina to express her anger.
It doesn't seem happy.